Are SSI and SSDI benefits the same? If not, what are the differences and how can you take advantage of both of these programs at the same time? These are some great questions, which is exactly what we're going to cover right here in this video, so let's get right into it. All right, so let's quickly talk about the differences between these two very important programs. SSI, otherwise known as Supplemental Security Income, and SSDI, otherwise known as Social Security Disability Insurance. As you can tell from what I just said right there, based on the names of these programs and what I've been saying throughout this video, you can tell that these are two very different programs, but at the same time, they are actually very similar in some ways, which again is exactly what I want to talk about in this video. Talk about the differences between these programs, what you need to know, and how you could potentially take advantage of both of these programs simultaneously. So we have a lot to cover right here in this video. Let's get right into it. However, really fast before we do, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe by hitting that button right down below the video. It's totally free to do so, and so I can keep you updated each and every day as all of this information continues to change very rapidly right now, especially as it pertains to fixed income benefits, just like what we're talking about right here. SSI, SSDI, Social Security, VA, RRB, seniors, older adults, and of course, people with disabilities. I'm watching everything very, very closely as it pertains to all of these groups of individuals and trying to find any kinds of extra money, benefits, checks, or reform, or anything else that may be coming up right now as a result of the low income and fixed income, and helping you out in any way that I possibly can. It's a very busy time out there, and I want to be here for you right by your side, which is my dedication and my commitment to you and of course this community. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and let's get right into the video. All right, so let's talk through the key differences between these two very important programs. Here's what's interesting. They are actually very similar programs in some ways, but at the same time, they are actually very different programs at the same time. Doesn't really make sense, does it? Well, yeah, but no at the same time. It kind of makes sense, but here's the thing. Let's talk through the details about this because this is certainly something you need to know about this. All right, so here are the similarities first off. Yes, both of these programs are administered by the Social Security Administration, which unfortunately I think is where a lot of the confusion comes in with these programs, is because we look at a program like SSI, for example. For example, the acronym SSI makes it sound like SS must be Social Security, right? Well, no, that actually stands for Supplemental Security Income, right? So that's what it actually stands for. But again, both of these programs are administered by the Social Security Administration. So again, adds more to the confusion behind the program, right? So anyway, this is something that's very similar about these programs. Now again, another similarity about these programs is that both of these programs are focused on sending out monthly benefits to those low-income individuals who are people with disabilities. So that is one of the similarities. However, there are other parameters about that, but that is one of the parameters of both these programs as well, is sending out monthly checks to those people with disabilities. So those are some of the similarities. Now let me talk you through the details about each of these programs, and then we can clearly see the differences between them. All right, so let's quickly talk about SSI first, Supplemental Security Income. Now, the maximum benefit as of right now in 2022 is $841 per month. Now, to be totally fair, there are actually some states out there right now that do actually send out additional benefits on top of the $841 as administered by the Social Security Administration under this SSI program. So there are a handful of states out there that do actually send out additional benefits for you on the state level for SSI beneficiaries. It's not all states, but there are some states that actually do that. So that is the maximum benefit, $841 every single month right now. But according to the research that I've done on this and what I've read about this, apparently the average SSI beneficiary receives $665 every single month. So you can see the average beneficiary receives nearly $200 less than the actual maximum benefit every single month. Now, this program is actually for those people who are older adults aged 65 or older with limited income and limited resources, or those individuals who are under the age 65 and who again have limited income, limited resources, and who have a disability. So That's what I was saying earlier, is that both these programs do actually focus on people with disabilities, because they do. In the SSI program, for those individuals under the age 65, if you have a disability, you have limited income, limited resources, you may actually be eligible to receive SSI benefits. So that's one thing that we want to point out. So, but otherwise, this program is for those individuals who are, like I said, 65 or older, and again, limited income and limited resources. Now, let me tell you some more details about this. Now, you would get your monthly payment once you're approved for this. And again, if you ever want to apply for this, you can contact Social Security, and you can apply for this program. And if you're accepted, then they'll determine how much money you're going to get on an ongoing basis, and you'll get that. You'll get it deposited into a bank account or maybe onto a direct express card each and every month, and that's your money to spend on whatever you see fit. So you can buy food with it, you can pay rent with it, you can pay for utilities with it, you can buy clothes, you can buy shoes, you can do whatever you need with it. That's just what it is. However, there's some other things about SSI that we want to take into consideration as well, because as somebody who is automatically, or somebody who is in the program of SSI, you pretty much automatically get access to other programs as well, because once you're qualified for SSI, you pretty much fall into the category of being eligible for a variety of other programs as well. Let me tell you about this one, Medicaid. So SSI beneficiaries do not get Medicare, but rather get Medicaid. So this is a very important program as well, and there's about 80 million beneficiaries on Medicaid as of right now. So you can see a lot of people are on Medicaid. Not a problem with that, not at all. I'm just simply saying this is something that comes along with SSI, is you get Medicaid coverage. Next, as long as you are somebody who also is on SSI, you do also get access to SNAP benefits, otherwise known as Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, where you would get an EBT card, Electronic Balance Transfer Card, where every single month they would load some money onto that card for you, and you can go out to the grocery store and buy your necessary grocery items. Now again, it totally depends on your situation, your family members, your family size, your household size, things like this, as far as how much money you're going to get in the form of SNAP benefits every single month. But this is also something that comes along with acceptance to SSI, is you pretty much get access to these other programs as well. Now, another couple things I want to throw out there. If you are somebody who receives SSI, your eligibility for other programs like free internet, housing assistance, utility assistance, all kinds of other assistance programs out there, is almost like grandfathered in. Of course, I can't promise anything because I don't know your exact situation. Everybody's situation is very different. But once you're accepted for SSI, you do get access to a lot of other programs, because you've already been like means tested, right? They've already looked at your situation. They've already assessed your situation and said, okay, you're accepted for SSI. Therefore, based on the parameters of SSI, you would automatically be eligible for all of these other programs as well. So kind of cool, right? It's a great program that sends out benefits, but at the same time, I think anybody who receives SSI, or if you're in the process of applying for SSI, you're probably going to quickly find that these benefits, although they're great, they're simply not enough. I think we all recognize that. So this program needs some major overhaul. The program was actually originally incepted way back in the early 70s, and it pretty much hasn't been reformed since the 80s. So it needs a major overhaul at this point. But that is some of the major takeaways on the SSI program. All right, now let's quickly talk about the SSDI program, Social Security Disability Insurance. Now, this program is based on work credits that have been received or that have been earned over the course of your working years. So, as you work throughout your career, you can earn up to four work credits every single year through Social Security, and over the time, you continue to collect all of these work credits, which eventually, in the event of a disability throughout your working career and you're no longer able to work and or work at the capacity that you once did, you could then apply for SSDI benefits, and you can start getting these benefits on an ongoing monthly basis based on earnings, how much you've paid in through Social Security taxes, as well as how many work credits you've also received throughout your working years, Therefore, when you go to claim for SSDI benefits through the Social Security Administration, they're going to look at all of this, and they're going to consider how much you'd be eligible to receive on an ongoing monthly basis. And again, everybody's situation is very different. Your benefit is going to be very different. Some people may get a lot, some people may get less, and there's going to be a lot of people that get somewhere in the middle. So either way, it totally depends on a variety of factors based around your exact situation. Anyway, So again, if you want to apply for this, you would have to contact the Social Security Administration. Now, here's some of the other differences. As somebody who receives SSDI, this is not based on your income or your asset levels, things like this. Like whereas for SSI, it's based on low income and limited assets or resources. However, when it comes down to SSDI, that's not necessarily the case. So you can have you can have money in savings, you can have income, you can have things like this with SSDI. That's okay. Whereas with SSI, there's some very strict rules as far as how much money you can have at the time, what your income can be, things like that. Now, again, there are limitations with SSDI as well, but it's not quite as tight as what it is with SSI. However, with SSDI, now you can also be eligible for Medicare, Medicare Part A, Medicare Part B. You can also be eligible for these as well as an SSDI beneficiary. Next, if you're somebody receiving SSDI, you do not automatically get access to SNAP benefits. However, you may get access to SNAP benefits provided your income is low enough, provided the amount of money that you have as far as like assets, things like this, is low enough, then yes, you may also be eligible for SNAP benefits. But it's not a guarantee. So the best thing you could do is probably apply for SNAP, otherwise known as, like I said, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. If you want to see if you can get some money so you can spend on food each and every month, that would be an option for you as well. Now, another thing with SSDI, you are not automatically eligible for housing assistance, utility assistance, internet assistance, all kinds of these other programs that are out there right now where you could take advantage of. You're not automatically eligible for those, whereas those beneficiaries of SSI are pretty much eligible right away for those programs. Of course, you would still need to apply and go through all those steps as well, but it's not the same for SSDI. So it's kind of a different story when it comes to SSDI. However, when it comes to SSDI as well, your benefits can be substantially more. Whereas, like I said, with SSI, the maximum benefit is $841 a month, plus potentially maybe a little bit of a kicker from the state. On the state level, for some states, that's not the case with SSDI. With SSDI, your benefits can be substantially more, thousands of dollars in some instances, and there's actually not a state kicker for SSDI beneficiaries. But again, as of right now, the average SSDI beneficiary is getting $1,358 according to what Social Security has published. So you can kind of see here the differences between these, right? So anyway, these are some of the key differences. Now, if you want to and you think that you may be eligible to receive both of these benefits simultaneously, that is also a thing as well. It's called concurrent claims. And this is not only for SSDI beneficiaries, it's basically for Social Security retirement or any other fixed income beneficiaries. Now, here's what it comes down to. If your income and your assets are very limited, let's just say that you're an SSDI beneficiary and you're getting, for example, $500 a month or $400 a month, something like this, and your income is very limited, your assets are very limited, you'd probably be very beneficial to also apply for SSI at the same time, because you may actually get both of these benefits at the same time. However, if your SSDI benefit is, say, $1,500 a month, you're not going to be eligible for SSI, okay? I mean, you could maybe apply, you could call and check into it, but I highly doubt you're going to be getting SSI, okay? So that's my point, is if your income is low and you're receiving SSDI, if your income is low and your assets are also low, as in you don't have a whole lot of money in the bank, you don't own a lot of different things out there, because sometimes that can be counted against you, you may want to also apply for SSI as well, and you could potentially get both of these benefits simultaneously. So, kind of makes sense? Anyway, these are the differences between SSI, SSDI, and how you can possibly get both of these benefits simultaneously, otherwise known as concurrent claims. Again, you can apply for both of these programs through the Social Security Administration, and you can always go to the Social Security website and check out that for a major resource with a lot more information if you want to learn more about either of these. Anyway, I hope this helps to better understand the differences between these two programs and how you can potentially get benefits from both of them at the same time. Hope this one helps you out. Thanks again for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share this video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out some of the other thousands of videos right here on the channel. I'm here for you each and every day in any way that I possibly can be. I want to make sure that you're staying updated with everything going on during this very interesting and changing time. It's very weird out there. Things are changing very rapidly. Anyway, I'm here for you every single day in any way that I possibly can be. So please enjoy your day. Have a nice one. Until next time, stay safe, have a nice afternoon, and I'll catch you again later.